Welcome back to our media. I'm Praveen here. So in Davo Medical Schools of Foundation, I'm doing third year. So today it's a great pleasure to meet Dr. Pal, Dean of College of Biology. So good afternoon, sir. So how are you right now?
Good afternoon. I'm feeling great. Thank you for taking the time to really interview me, being here to talk to me. It's a pleasure, really, talking to
Me
you
too.
guys.
So how we are right now? How we are feeling right now, and how is our life going on, sir?
I'm feeling great. Like everything's going fine with me. Everything for me. I am the dean of the College of Biology. Although it's a big responsibility, but I take it as something that's positive. And my life's good. I have a good family. I have a son and a daughter. I can eat 3 times a day. So, I mean, life is positive, and it should be that way. That's how I live my life in a positive way.
Okay. So we all know that you're the College of Dean of Biology. So can we know about little bit of your childhood days, and can we know more and more of your how you studied and where you studied? Can we know about little bit introduction of your childhood life?
Okay. So, I am the eldest son of a medical technologist and a administrator.
Okay.
Um, I have two siblings. I have a brother and I have a sister. My brother is 4 years younger than me, and my sister is about 10 years younger than me, if I'm not mistaken. 10, 12, 14 years younger than me.
Okay.
I'm a graduate of the International Christian School of Davao when I was in elementary, and I was a graduate of a public school in
Oh.
high school. It's Daniel R. Aguinaldo High School, one of the biggest national high school here in Davao City. When I was in college, I was admitted to the University of the Philippines in Mindanao, where I took up BS in biology. Um, I graduated. I started my biology career 2000, and I graduated around 2006, if I'm not mistaken. So, bio is supposed to be 4 years. I graduated BS Biology 5 or 6 years. I took it about 5 or 6 years. It's not because really bio during that time, BS Bio in my time, especially in UP, was very difficult. It took me a lot. And thesis was individual. Thesis was really, you have to really work for your manuscript before you can graduate. So that's the training that I had when I was in UP. After graduating, I was supposed to go to medicine.
Okay.
I was contemplating of really going to med. Unfortunately, I really decided not to, because I saw how difficult it is for my parents really to send me to school, to medical school. Although I was admitted to a medical school that is fairly, shall we say, affordable, but sending me there means my mom will have to work doubly hard to give me allowances for my dormitories and all of those things. So I really decided not to pursue it anymore, because I have my brothers and my sisters still going to school. So I had to decide it's not for me. So to compensate, my mom enrolled me in a nursing school. That's hence the RN at the end of my name. So she enrolled me in a nursing school. I finished it 2 years.
Okay.
It's a I was though during my time, there's a program that you can continue enrolling in nursing as long as you graduated for 4 years. So I took it for 2 years. I took the board exam and passed the board exam. So I'm a registered nurse. So I was thinking of really working as a nurse. Then before I took the board exam, my mom teaches here in the MSF. She is teaching in the College of Dentistry during that time. She's teaching biochemistry. So she invited me to be a lecturer guest lecturer during that time. So I was 2008, if I'm not mistaken. I was a guest lecturer for Biochem. I had 12 students. I remember I had 12 students. And all of those 12 students are now dentists.
Oh.
Yeah, they're now dentists, and some of them are even my colleagues right now. They are part of the College of Dentistry, and some of them became my friends.
Okay.
Now, I started 2008. It was like I thought it was just one gig. I mean, I did not see myself really as a teacher or an educator. It was me trying new things because my mom wanted help for teaching. So I took the challenge. I had biochem for one semester. I was doing the lecture. My mom was doing the laboratory, and I enjoyed it.
Okay.
So I thought that this would be a long-term gig for me. So it was first semester, and then the second semester I did not got any teaching job. So I decided I tried doing trainings for nursing because I really want to be a nurse because I passed the board exam.
Okay.
So the first semester of 2009, I was called upon by the former dean of the College of Dentistry, Dr. Dimaya. She wanted me to teach. So that's when I started really teaching. So I had, when I started, I was teaching pre-dent students. So I was all the sciences for the College of Dentistry. I taught organic chemistry, biochemistry, genetics, organic chem, name all those, zoology, botany, name all those sciences, and I've been teaching them, and I have I've taught them since the start, 2009. So back then there was pre-dentistry. So I was really into teaching, so I decided, what if, like, I did not have masters during that time, so I decided to enroll in masters. So I thought of enrolling in other schools to for masters in nursing. Believe it or not, I really want to pursue nursing during that time. So I wanted to enroll in masters of nursing, I believe masters of science in nursing. But somehow I got disappointed because when I went to that school to enroll in that master's program, they weren't really, I don't know, during the time I believe they weren't serious enough to let me enroll. They were telling me to do all this process, and I got frustrated and disappointed. So I left. I did not enroll. And I tried to look for other schools, and luckily I was able to enroll here in the MSF, Masters in Health Professionals Education. So during that time, I paid for my tuition fee. I was really looking for a masteral program that could help me teach, because I'm into teaching. So I have to say that I had to really harness my skill and develop my skill in teaching. So I enrolled in MHPED program. That's when I met Dr. Hontiveros. Dr. Hontiveros was my teacher in instructional design. But we do have history of, I do have history of Dr. Hontiveros. Apparently, Dr. Hontiveros was an intern during the time when my mom is in the SPMC. So, Dr. Hontiveros was having his duties in the hospital where my mom is working. And Dr. Hontiveros knows my mom. So, we had histories, and then we talked, and then it was the time that Dr. Hontiveros was starting to develop or concept of creating a biology program here in the MSF. So true enough, while I was in the MHPED program, Dr. Hontiveros approached me and said that if I would like to teach in the BS Biology program. So we started with the program, the BS Biology program. It was me and Dr. Hontiveros and other instructors, doctors such as Dr. Ababon, Doc Sheila Hernandez was teaching in bio. We're very few back then. So we started with, if I'm not mistaken, we started with 11 students, 11, 12. And because of the small number of students, we incorporated, we merged the biology students to dentistry. We had botany and zoology and chemistry. So they were in that section where dentistry was. That's how I remember all of them. I believe they're all doctors right now. So there were 11 of them that came into our biology program.
Okay.
And then that's when I started loving really teaching. I've been helping the biology program since the start. But I wasn't really employed as a biology teacher. I was employed as a dentistry faculty, teaching the basic general education. So, in fact, during the time that I was teaching in bio, I was helping bio as a section head of dentistry. Because of my love really for the biology program, I was really into helping the program grow. Because I am a biologist. I'm a graduate of BS Bio program, so I would love to have the bio grow as big as it can. So that's why I've been part of the BS Biology program for the longest time.
Okay.
In fact, I have also students coming in. There were IMD biology back then. So I had students who are, I believe now doctors, who came to our program to start their BS here. So it's how many years now? It's we started bio, if I'm not mistaken, 2012 or 2013. That makes us 10 years strong for the BS Bio, and we're growing. We would like to believe that we are growing as a course, and there are challenges, but we will face all of those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said means from starting from your childhood day life, and you spoken about professional life. So can I know that being a teacher and a lecturer, you promoted to the stage of dean of College of Bali. So can I know about your current life? How you are now? What is your schedule nowadays?
Yeah.
So is there any changes while compared to the normal teacher? Now you are dean.
Yeah, there was a lot of change. I was appointed as the dean of the College of Biology during the height of the pandemic. So remember, during the time of the pandemic, you're only allowed to go out if you do outdoor activities such as biking. So I remembered it really, really vivid to me. I was called upon by the administration to start to be interviewed for the teaching, and I was biking. Actually, I was outside. So they were texting me, and I was outside. I was probably about 50 kilometers from our house. Like we were biking. My wife and I had a hobby back then during the pandemic. Was the way we combated stress during that time of the pandemic was really biking. We were addicted to biking during that time. So I was called upon to be interviewed for the program. So I received a message that I should come to school by 2 p.m. I was still outside, about 50 kilometers outside. I was biking, and then I went home immediately. I tried to bike as hard as I can to arrive to my house. And then I was still sweating and all of those things. So I took a bath, I prepared, and I went to be interviewed. And I was really sweating during that time. Because imagine, I was still biking, right? And then I went home, I prepared, and then because it's pandemic, there was no barber, right? It was very difficult to find a good barber shop. So I had very long hair, I had longer beard and mustache. It was really I wasn't really prepared to be interviewed because I did not expect really uh, to be interviewed as me. So I went to the executive office. I was interviewed. Uh, they were asking me what my plan is, like what my future plan is. I told them that yeah, it's a professional growth. Okay, it's a leap of faith. Okay, so I told myself that yeah, if I will stay in dentistry, I'm a my position is a dead end. Why? Because I'm not a dentist. So imagine me being in a field where the profession my profession does not fit. Although I've been teaching there for 10 years, but I'm not a dentist. So my position will always be here. I cannot go up because people will go up in the College of Dentistry are dentists.
Yeah.
So that's why I decided, why not? Why not try it? So what are the changes in my life? Teaching, one of the things that really changed was it decreased my teaching load, the time of contact with students. Although I still talk to students, but my teaching hours have been reduced drastically. And I believe I really wanted to teach. That is my passion, really, to talk to students. The way I discuss things to students, the way I give my lecture is actually conversational lectures. I usually just converse with students and talk about the lecture. So that's probably the biggest change. I have more responsibilities. Yeah, it comes with responsibilities. And now I'm not only taking care of the classroom where I'm in or the students in my classroom, but I'm actually taking care of the whole unit, which is the College of Biology. Not only the welfare of the students, but also the welfare of the staff and the faculty and all around it. So it's a bigger responsibility. It gave me sleepless nights, and especially we have to remember that our college is it's still starting.
Yes.
As what I've previously mentioned, we started with, when I got the job as the Dean of the College of Biology, I started with 20 students.
Okay.
There was just 5 first-year students.
Okay.
So imagine starting a college with just 20 students. It was really difficult for me. There was no we started with marketing, we started with really promoting bio as it is. And it's very difficult during the time to advertise. It was very difficult for the time to really invite people to come in. Why? Because it's still pandemic.
Yeah.
There was really restricted movement. So imagine you're starting a college, you have 20 students, there was lots of uncertainty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't know if your college will still continue or not. So those things. So started building up, started with getting the right faculty for bio. These were my friends in the College of Dentistry. Many of the teachers in biology are actually still teaching in dentistry. So just like when I was asked to teach in bio, I also asked them to teach in biology from dentistry. So like one of my faculty, one of my full-time faculty, Sir Mike, is a faculty of the College of Dentistry as well. So all of them, even the doctors, one of our doctors, I invited Dr. Salaver. Dr. Salaver is from medicine, from dentistry. Because I cannot afford really to hire people from the outside. So I wanted to make sure that I cut corners. I asked these people, and they were very generous enough, really, and really helpful enough to accept the challenge of teaching in biology despite of the number of students and the salary that they're getting. So it is very noble of them to really teach in my program. So now we are 66 strong. We're almost 70 students. So
Okay.
I started from 20, we're now 70. We're expecting more, I hope.
Yes.
So hopefully next semester we'll have more students. And
Okay.
our family is growing. So the thing is, some of our former students who are now doctors returned to Bayo to teach. And then that's probably one of my proudest moments to see that some of the students that I've really invest in teaching are now part of the College of Biology, and they themselves are now teaching in our programs. See them, they would really want to teach. It's probably one of my proudest moments to see them here teach.
So then I want to ask you that how DMs have connected you in your life. So can we know about the DMS, the Medical Schools of Foundation, more about this college?
Yeah. So actually, the program itself was created as a pre-med arm of the College of Medicine. The intention really is to prepare senior high students. Before it was not senior high, but high school students for their life in medicine. So students who come in the biology program are those students who really want to go to med.
Okay.
So, and then when the K to 12 program, the new program of the Philippine government, it changed the curriculum. We became, there's now track. So biology now has a track, and we are medical biology track. So meaning our program really is tailor fitted for medicine. So the first 2 years are the general biology, so you have your fundamental biology, you have your biology tools. But when you reach third year and fourth year, subjects in these levels are specialized courses, and these specialized courses specializes in medicine. Like for example, you have medical histology, you have your anatomy, you have your immunology, and all of those others. You have entomology. You have all those sciences. You have all those medical sciences that are baseline sciences of what it is in medicine. So that's why I am a little biased, although again I'm a nurse. I'm a little biased to biology, being one of the best pre-med to prepare students really to go to med.
Okay. Okay, sir. So then I want to ask, this may be my last question to you. So what's your final advice or any suggestions to these students studying regarding the emotional stress? So nowadays most of the students are getting stressed because of I can see my friends are because of the studies. Yeah, they are getting into more stress. So what is your advice to those students and this generation students, if anything wants to tell as a friendly manner?
One thing I can say is for students out there, you enjoy the process of learning. Because I guess many would forget really the reason why they go to school, the reason why they wanted to have their education. And it's to learn. Really, if you want, before you become a doctor, before you become a biologist, you're there to learn. It's a process, really. Learning is a process. And if you won't enjoy the process, you will be stressed out because you just want the end point of it.
Yes.
So you're thinking about the end point and it stresses you out too much. So my advice is really to enjoy the process. Enjoy the learning process. Think about every day, what are the challenges that I'll be facing? Who are the new people I will be meeting? Who will be the people I will be talking to? What are the interesting things that I will be learning today? And when you do that one every day, you will enjoy the process of learning. And that's how I take things. Because if you forget the joys of learning, you will find it as a task. Right?
Okay.
That's why many students are stressed out because they always find they will look at education as a task rather than something that they have to enjoy.
Okay.
because not all people have the chance to be educated. Right?
Yes.
It's a reality, right? Not
Yes.
all people have the chance to be educated. So the joy of education should, like, people should enjoy, students should enjoy the process of being educated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I want to ask you that being an Indian student, I want to know about how is your how you're speaking to English. Is there any communication between the IMT students and with you? What is your experience between IMTs and with you? Can you share about most things? And did you visited India before? And if you want to visit, where you want to visit? Can you know?
I didn't get the chance to visit India yet, but I would like to visit it someday. With my interaction with IMD students, I do not see you as differently from other people. Like, it's, so I don't see you as an IMD student. I see you as a DMSF student. That's how it's supposed to be. There should be no segregation, because regardless if you come from India, if you come from the Philippines, you are a DMSF student. So, and when I treat students like you're all the same. Regardless if you are from dentistry, from medicine, from nursing, from midwifery, you're all students.
Okay.
So and I treat it equally, because
Okay.
all of you are enrolled here as
Okay.
students.
Okay. So you will come back to India soon.
Yeah.
So
I hope to visit India soon. Yeah.
okay.
That's one of my bucket lists, to visit India.
Okay, sir. So at last, I learned more things personally from this interview, starting from childhood and your professional life and everything. Being a dean, you said more thing about the College of Biology and the students of biology. So thank you for your valuable interview, interactor. So it's a great pleasure to meet you today and spoke to you, sir. So thank you very much. Before ending the video, I want to my audience, I'm running a YouTube channel. Apart from my professional medicine, I'm running a YouTube channel. So I want to tell every guest to subscribe to my channel. So can you tell that subscribe to Apurva? My channel name is Apurva Media. So can you just tell Apurva subscribe to Apurva Media?
Guys, my friend here has a really good vlog, and a good YouTube channel. So you just click on the link if you'll be seeing it in the link, and please subscribe to his channel because it has very good content.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.